Hey everyone, Mike here. I recently wrote a small vignette. Um, Kind of wrote it out of spite to prove to an ex of mine that it's anyone can write a story. Writing a book is a whole nother thing. Um, I'd like to share the story with the world, so I'm uploading it here to YouTube so everyone can just share in this memory that I've coveted and kept to myself. I titled this passage, or the story, "Passages and Pages, Stolen Moments in Time." Here we go. I was young. I was drifting through a party I wasn't truly invited to. The noise at the party died at that kitchen door. There he was. A sudden quiet gravity centered me in that moment. I was a ghost at the party until he looked at me, and suddenly I had shape and form. I had found him, the most captivating soul I have ever encountered. And in that moment, it felt like witnessing the very hands of God at work. All I wanted was to be seen, touched. For the first time, I felt real and alive. This man, he spoke to me while balancing a tray of drinks he just made for others, yet making me promise not to leave or walk away. He wanted to talk. He wanted me. That was the moment I fell. And while we shared only a few seasons together, some stolen moments in time, moments that I had no right to spend. Then one day it all came crashing down. He was married and he invited me to stay in his home. You see, I knew he was married from the first moment we met, but I didn't have to say I was only in love with him. So I ran, letting the world choose my path for me, drifting away into the background and darkness of a new life as I pursued an education and degrees to escape the trauma of me. And through the years, it turns out I held on to one memory. It was a snowy night in the Connecticut mountains. I tried my best to cook us dinner. I failed miserably. I didn't check his allergies. So we skipped dinner and just cuddled on an old futon while the snow fell outside the third-story window of an old sawmill. Even today, I can remember the smell of cologne as I kissed his neck and loosened that tie and exposed his chest. It was where he made me a promise. If it was meant to be, he'd find me. For a while, this memory was enough. A small passage in time, a stolen moment of love that thought alone simply was enough as I waited. Decades passed, I watched presidents change and empires rise and fall. When I finally reached out, I was 2 years too late for the fate that I coveted. I moved across land, I traveled over many seas, I earned degrees, and I built a life, and after a tricennium of time, I found the courage to reach out again. This time was different. We chose to meet. I had a business trip in his hometown, and we had our fun. He noticed me again, and for a few months we flirted, and he helped me explore a life I tried to ignore, but ultimately, it was not how I dreamed or imagined or wanted that life to be. In the end, he chose what was right. Fortunately, that man was not me. So I cannot beg or steal any more of his time. I have already spent more than was ever mine to keep. I struggle every day, and while the tears still fall, those tears, they are no longer for what I lost, but for the beauty of what I was allowed to hold, however briefly. If I could, I would tear out the pages of our history. Not to erase you, but to rewrite an ending you deserve, one where the timing wasn't a cruel joke, and the world didn't choose our paths. I would gladly be Icarus again. I would take that climb. I would feel the heat, and I would watch my wings turn to ash, just for the chance to flow into your light yet again. Because even as I fall, the air still smells of your cologne and the wood smoke fireplace. And even as I hit the water, I am still on the old futon in the mountains, watching the snow fall and believing I had been found. You are my past, you are my gravity, my special singularity. You made a ghost feel like a man, and for that, I will always be found. This vignette was written and witnessed and experienced by myself, Michael DeStefano, in 1998, 1999. I think it was the only time I really experienced true love.